Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
Always. So,
fantastic.
What I'm looking for is on track. We have got Airy Fairy up to jam for Milton Keynes in the red, but just got lead in the green. That is Bolt, who is living up to their name and bolting around that track.
Nice. So yes, this, our third game of the day, sees SWAT taking on MKRD. Airy Fairy just nudging her way around the outside of the track to complete that initial pass as Bolt gets through on the inside. Nice, clean sweep there from Jesbian, making it just that little bit easier to get those 4 points. Let's go indeed.
So we have Pip up to jam for Milton Keynes, taking on Babs of SWAT. So both jammers really barreling for at the front, but it is Babs who takes lead for SWAT.
Bit of a tumble coming into turn one. Pip managing to pop back up, coming out on her initial. Meanwhile, Babs, one blocker left to pass.
Ooh, big hit from over the painbow to take them on the outside and force the call off.
Incidentally, Babs did get over the hips of over the painbow to pick up the 4th point.
Somewhere
over the painbow. Oh, that was much higher than I thought it was going to be.
That was very vibrato.
It was yeah.
So Escape Agent up to jam up against Banshee Weave. Both of them trying to take that outside line, but are denied.
Blocker down for SWAT, just being taking a seat. Skate Agent coming up, nearly through cleanly through the pack. Dancing Diamond throwing a couple of shoulders in there for good measure.
Really clever defensive move there, so that SWAT can see that Banshee Weave is looking for that star pass. So that was 87 who was Smooks, who just sweeps that pivot away to take away that opportunity.
Yeah, SWAT doing a great job with playing keep away right now.
And that star has now been passed to Dancing Diamond of Milton Keynes. Meanwhile, SWAT with another 4 points racked up.
And it looks like Dancing Diamond has picked up a penalty, so she can take a seat in the box as jammer, meaning that Skate Agent is now on a power jam for SWAT, looking to extend this 12-point jam that she's already in.
And jumping around that final blocker, another 4 points picked up by SWAT. So Milton Keynes was still on their initial pass when that penalty went. So that means when Dancing Diamond gets out the penalty box, they've still got to do a pass before they can even get any points on the board.
In case you haven't heard it come through on our mics, jammer is standing.
I mean, it's definitely loud for us, but I don't know if the mics will pick it up.
I always wonder.
I'll watch it on the YouTubes later. Wait and see.
On the YouTubes?
That's what all the kids are doing.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Escape Agent calling the jam just before another scoring pass, and that was a 28-point jam.
Ooh.
Bringing up to 40 points in total. MK yet to score.
So LC Emasculator up to jam for SWAT. And they are taking on Airy Fairy. LC Emasculator taking that outside line, denied by Dancing Diamond. Meanwhile, Airy Fairy up in front. Shut down by the pivot, but manages to hop their way through.
Painbow taking over the recycle, but beautiful sweep once again by number 18, Jesbian. clearing the outside line. Airy Ferry is your lead jammer, however Elsie is your foremost jammer, approaching the pack first.
So Elsie, really strong work, manages to get through and pick up 3 points. Milton Keynes not able to make any of the points before being forced to call off the jam. So Pip up to jam up against Smooks. So it looks like SWAT are sticking to their tactic that they had done previously of everybody gets a turn jamming.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw in the previous game with MK that they had a pretty solid rotation of jammers, and it looks like they're sticking with that as well.
So that's Smooks picking up lead. Pip is now out for the initial pass, so both jammers got an opportunity to score some points as SWAT comes in on the offense.
Airy Ferry being joined on the jammer line by Jesbian. Both teams with a blocker in the box. SWAT's blocker standing, MK's blocker seated.
Jesbian going for a bit of a run up there on the jam line. Airy Ferry forcing the gap in between the blockers, but it is Jesbian who takes lead for SWAT. Both jammers neck on neck as they come in for a scoring pass.
Yeah, Airy Ferry not far off at all, but not close enough to be able to close the gap and get points. And that jam quick enough that MK's blocker is still in the box.
Oh, wow. That was a quick jam. So Sandy Surfwax up to jam for SWAT, taking on Pip. So that is Sandy Surfwax taking lead. Pip chasing them down around that track.
I love how low Pip gets when she leans into the dip on the apexes.
No points scored by either team. Really strong work by Milton Keynes shutting down that jam.
Nil point.
Nil point.
It's always good to get some French in at some point.
Even if that's the only bit of French.
Oh, I have another bit.
Oh, okay.
Don't you worry about that. Airy Ferry and Bolt, your active jammers now.
A little spin around the outside. That gives Bolt lead.
That was very nice indeed.
That was beautiful.
Made me happy in my face. Airy Ferry through on her initial pass. Being chased down now by Bolt, making the decision to call the jam and prevent points. So 53-0 for SWAT.
So Pip up to jam up against Babs. Bit of a chaotic pack, but it is Pip who takes lead for Milton Keynes. Meanwhile, Babs taking a hit out on the outside line and a big recycle back from over the painbow.
Pip with some absolutely delicious footwork, single foot glide coming through on the inside line, sees those first points on the board for MK.
Oh, and that's a forearms penalty assessed to Babs. So Milton Keynes have got the power jam, they've got the lead, they've got all the opportunity they need. Pip calling off the jam, locking that jammer in the penalty box.
So this is going to be a power jam start for MK. Banshee Weaver on the line. Pack advantage as well. Single blocker in the box for SWAT.
So Milton Keynes going on the offensive there, but that is a big sweep on the outside line, which sees Banshee going all the way back. Make sure they're being safe, make sure they're not getting that cut track penalty.
If in doubt, just go back.
Absolutely.
It's not worth it.
So that's a Sandy Surfwax and a Jesbian wall right at the front there, denying Banshee the initial pass. And that's as
beautiful sweep by Airy Ferry, sorry.
No, that's fine, that's fine. So Babs has just returned from the penalty box, but is going for another sit down. So we have yet another power jam, but Banshee has passed the star over to Dancing Diamond, so this means we are doing a full 2-minute jam.
Oof.
Oofed.
Dancing Diamond getting right into the thick of things there, driving her way into that wall, looking for the little nuggets of points.
Yep.
Mining for points. I dragged that out too much, didn't I?
No,
it's still good.
It's still good, it's still good.
It's just a little airborne, it's still good.
Dancing Diamond hopping around the inside line to pick up 4 points, but that is a cut track assessed to Dancing Diamond, so we've got a power jam in favour of SWAT and a star pass over to Bolt.
And a penalty being assessed, I believe that was a cut as well to Banshee Weaver. And that's Bolt slipping round on the inside line for a 4-point pass. That jam reaching its natural conclusion.
So that's locked the jam in with Dancing Diamond in the penalty box as a jammer and alongside Banshee Weaver as a blocker. So Milton Keynes are going to be starting with this player advantage with a skate agent up to jam for SWAT, hoping to take full advantage.
It's been busy.
It is busy.
So we've got just under 8 minutes remaining. Haven't had time for a time update. 11 points on the board for MK, 57 for SWAT. So although MK have been unable to amass pointage as they did in the previous game, they have managed to hold SWAT to a much lower differential than Bath did in our first game of the day. The penalties are really starting to run thick and fast as we're getting into game 3 here today. The penalty box is filling up. 2 MK blockers in the box, 1 SWAT blocker. Both jammers are through on their initials.
Big sweep there to take out the last couple of MK blockers and allow the points and the quick call off. But this is where, with a lot of games in one day, this is where we might start seeing the exhaustion hitting, because Milton Keynes are definitely seeing the bad side of picking up all the penalties here, but they have just come out of a really tough game against SRT, going straight into this SWAT game. Whereas SWAT have had a bit of a break in between their first game and this game.
Thankfully, as we mentioned before, we do have a lunch break after this, so everyone can take a little bit of time and just breathe.
Yeah. So we forget to breathe a lot in roller derby.
We really do. Us as much as the skaters.
Yeah.
We do have an active jam in play.
So we've got LC Emasculator taking a big recycle all the way back, as does number 33, who is Airy Fairy.
We don't yet have a lead jammer.
No, it's still open. Blocker's doing some really strong work here, shutting down both jammers. So LC kind of weaving their way through at the front, and that is lead picked up for SWAT. Meanwhile, Airy Fairy having a big recycle back with Snoots. And that is a penalty assessed, so that's a cut picked up onto LC Emasculator. So we've got yet another power jam. It's in favour of Milton Keynes. The star has been passed to Over the Painbow. We've got ourselves a 2-minute jam. Over the Painbow's first time taking the star today, but they have done some great offence work so far in this game. Let's see if they can take advantage of the star.
Painbow, a veritable veteran of the sport, been playing for, I think, coming up 7-8 years.
Don't show her age.
Oh, not at all. I mean, she started when she was 18.
Oh.
She was fresh in. Jam reaching its natural conclusion, so didn't actually get to get much of a jam on. I reckon she's probably kind of glad about that, but she would have done it.
I mean, yeah, she's still on track now.
Yeah,
that's dedication.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But Painbow's Derby Brain is just, it's sublime.
Yeah.
The way it works and the way she's able to control her pack and motivate her team is just, it's a beautiful thing to see.
And I think that's a very underestimated skill of roller derby.
Absolutely.
We all get excited about an apex jump, we all get excited about the fancy footwork, and we all get excited about Pip getting lead jammer. But knowing everything that's happening on track, knowing where you need to be at what time, it's an underestimated skill in the sport.
It absolutely is. So, yes, Pip was awarded lead jam status there. The jam was called as we did have a down skater on track. So we will just take a quick timeout to ensure that everyone is okay. Obviously the safety and well-being of our skaters and officials, volunteers is absolutely paramount, and kind of trumps everything.
Absolutely.
So massive thank you to our medic that we've got on site today for keeping us safe. We've had a chat with him earlier. Seems like a lovely chat.
Yeah. Top class medic.
Yeah.
Would recommend.
10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Perfect score. 5 out of 7.
There you go. Also asked us what we were doing. It's like,
I'm talking, mate.
yeah. He's like, didn't want to interrupt while you're busy, but with the mics, what's going on? Just an update there from one of our officials, Dog Mistress. More specific information, concussion assessment. So we will be a couple of minutes break. Actually, good time to mention it. It's something that we've shared from our league this week.
Yeah.
Stormy and I are both from East Midlands Open Roller Derby. This week is Brain Injury Awareness Week.
Yes.
And a lot of people have been talking about brain injuries, concussions. It's something that's possibly not spoken about enough in roller derby. And I saw a comment by a medic friend of mine, Colin. I'm sure a lot of people watching this will fondly know Colin and Shell.
Yeah.
They have, with Events Medical Consulting, they have recently retired from providing medical care from roller derby. They've said that they might come back, but at the moment it's just a bit too much. They do a lot of work looking after various different aspects of the community and stuff like that, and they
and we abused them a lot because they were great.
They were fantastic. and they provided care at their last event in Sheffield last month on their 500th event.
Oh, wow.
508 years, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're talking about. But Colin made a very good point in relation to people wearing helmets at any point that they've got skates on their feet. They can fix bones.
Yeah.
They can mend sprains. They can do whatever. They can't fix your brain.
No.
They can't repair your skull. It's like you only get one of those.
But even when you have got the helmet on, like if you're in roller derby enough, you'll know that the helmet alone isn't enough to stop a concussion. And yes, it helps. Like, it absolutely helps. But if you take any hard hits to the helmet, like, I know they're expensive, but it then needs replacing.
Absolutely.
Like you say, you can't get a fresh brain. Like, you've got to look after it. And it's one of those injuries that you might not even notice straight away. You don't even see straight away. You go, oh, well, what's the big deal? I'm fine. And then it's later down the line that you start seeing the effects, whether that's a day later or a week later or whatever else. And this is why you've got to be so careful and so aware and look for those signs and make sure you've got people looking out for you.
Yeah, and it's some people have been sharing their experiences of concussions. I'm not going to name people specifically because it's not my place to share those experiences, and I don't want to share anyone's personal experiences, sort of crossing any boundaries or anything like that. But the information is available, and charities like Headway, plenty of information that you can find online. They've got Facebook pages both nationally and sort of for local communities. There's plenty of information available, and like Stormy says, like, we appreciate that helmets can be costly. But if you've had a significant knock during game or out park skating or
anywhere,
anywhere during training, you really do need to replace your helmet because the padding in the helmet isn't designed for repeated contact.
No, and you can't always see that the helmet's damaged, and I think that's the worrying thing, is a lot of people won't be aware of that hard knock, and they go, well, there's no cracks in it, it looks fine.
It's the density of the padding that's the issue.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If there's a crack in the helmet, then that's pretty significant.
Oh, absolutely. But people think of it as, if I can see physical damage, then that means it's damaged, and if I can't, then there's not, and that's not. And in this situation, that's not the case.
Absolutely not the case. So yeah. You may have just heard a round of applause. It looks like everybody's absolutely fine, and we're going to get back into gameplay. So much appreciate you bearing with us and listening to us parent you, essentially. Stormy is an actual parent. I am not, but I care a lot about people, and
I'll be anyone's derby mom.
Oh yeah, derby parents. Yeah, we've got that. But we're back into the action. We've got a lead jammer in the form of Airy Fairy being chased very closely and undertaken. Not quite undertaken.
No. So Jesbian goes in for the offence, wipes out both jammers. Are we still going?
I think that was called off from the floor.
No, we're still going. And that star has gone off. Oh, there's a bit of confusion there. So I think the skaters are saying that Airy Fairy called it off, and the refs either didn't see it, or the refs definitely were carrying on as if it was still an active jam. And the skaters are very much under the impression that Airy Fairy called it off. So there's a bit of a bamboozle happening.
I'll be honest, I thought I saw the refs hold their arms up and indicate no points.
I am confused.
Well, I think the jam has been called dead.
Well, either way, it's there's not a jam now.
there's nothing now. So it looks like we're going to go with the same lineup and run again.
Yeah, take 2, try again. So a bit of a hit on the jam line there. So Pip taking lead.
And the crowd goes wild. I mean, when I say crowd, I mean the observant skaters from other teams.
Third lead in a row by Milton Keynes.
Love to see it.
So Pip picking up momentum now, going round on the outside. Picking up the 3 points.
Beautiful. So with about 2.5 minutes remaining, we've got 14 points to MK, 65 to SWAT.
So we've got Airy Fairy up to jam, and they are taking on Sandy Surf Wax. So Sandy Surf Wax on the inside line manages to take lead. Airy Fairy with the recycle back, using the run up to their advantage, but they are swallowed back up by that SWAT wall. That's 4 points picked up by SWAT, with Airy Fairy hot on their wheels.
Some more offensive jamming there. Airy Fairy forcing that call off. The actions of a tired jammer. Gimme.
Gimme, that's mine. So that is Pip taking the star. Jesbian up again to jam for SWAT. So SWAT have abandoned the everyone taking one turn and then stopping it. Now we're doing a one-on, one-off jammers for both teams.
Jesbian looking for that inside line that looked wide open. The Cyber Jammer went, no. I believe you'll find that I live here.
So that is Pip taking on lead. Jesbian hunting them down.
Sights are locked and loaded.
A rotation round the pivot as Pip calls it off, denying Jesbian any points.
Single point for Pip. I love the little side surf that Pip does to try and get around the outside or the inside.
Yeah.
Very familiar and reminiscent of one Peter Parker.
Roller derby celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them about town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once again, we've got Airy Fairy taking on Sandy Surf Wax. Both jammers trying to follow each other's lines through, which is a good tactic for Sandy as it sees them through.
And Fairy through as well, a little bit of slipstreaming.
Ooh, a big hit on the inside line. Denied by, was that Pip?
I think it might have been, and that's the hard clock. Just in case you could, that carried through, folks. There's no booing.
It's mooing.
It's mooing.
Mooing for the concrete cows.
Do you know what? It's been a really long time since I've had to clarify that on the mic, and I have missed it. I have missed it so much.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really warmed my heart.
It's been a while since I've heard a moo.
Yeah. It's giving me the warm fuzzies. So, your official final scores, friends. Milton Keynes Roller Derby, Concrete Cows with 15 points, but your winners of our third game today, SWAT Roller Derby with 73.
So we are going to have a bit of an interlude. Well, I'm sure like you watching at home probably aren't going to have the interlude. You can just skip straight to the good stuff. But our next game is going to be Severn taking on Bath.
Yes. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, I think that would be quite
Yeah?
Quite well matched.
Yeah.
I don't know why I sounded so shocked about that. It definitely wasn't intended.
There's more roller derby.
It's more that I'm like, food.
Yeah, no, we're excited about lunch.
And maybe that I'm excited about food. Also, that we're bang on schedule.
Oh my. Okay,
We're actually ahead of schedule by a minute.
By a minute. Is there a full moon today? Like, has someone done a ritual?
Very possible. Very possible. Right, folks. We are going to go and get our snack on. And I hope that you've been doing that all the whole time.
Yeah, get the popcorn out.
Yeah, and bear in mind that you yourself are a snack. You're all beautiful.
Look, I'm just loving the Snooks positivity.
Yeah.
As we carry this through.
Enjoy the roller derby, but remember that you're all gorgeous people.
Yeah.
You know.
We love you all. We love your faces.
Yeah.
And you are a delicious snackaroo.
Yeah. Come for the roller derby, stay for the compliments.
And with all those aggressive compliments, we will see you at the next game.
Thanks, folks.